What am I going to do? I don't know. Si Arlecchino naka-relax lang eh. Piling ko may hangin pa rin. Okay, hello. Alright, what are we supposed to do? Ano ba gawin natin dito? Alright, Arlecchino.
Let them do as they please.
Dito pala ako last time nag-quit. I guess nung nag-off stream lang ako. Off stream gaming. Right, where I think sure.
May knowledge guide you.
Ano muna ay meron kayang wait. May double Hindi ko lang kung may double rewards pa rin. Kahapon yun eh. So I guess magtira tayo ng isang 60 resins, no? I guess wait lang. Alright, where is it? Here. I think available pa rin. Parang. Ano? Ay shit, tapos na? Oo nga no, Monday na pala ngayon. Oh no. Okay, save ko lang isang resins kasi mag-request tayo, no? Alam mo naman. Ay, quest na tayo. Gawin natin to. Narinig na ba ako na ganito? Ito lang kalayo sa mic. I think okay na, no? Alright, I guess iba pa rin yung tulog sa ano, mic. May hangin pa rin. Pero wala naman hangin kapag chinek ko na yung recording. Ba't kaya gano'n? Wala naman hangin pag chinek ko na yung recording, pag nag-edit na ako. What? Stream meron. Or 3 chances to open. Returning what? 3 chances? What do you mean 3 chances? Focus experience mode. Enable focus experience mode to avoid conflicts with other quests occupying the location. Oh, nice. Enable. Alright, okay, nice. So kapag may nadaanan akong quest na hindi ko pa nagagawa. Right, nice. Magandang feature. Experience mode. Right.
It's been a while since we visited Poisson.
Poisson.
Maybe we should head over and have a look around.
Poisson. Poisson. Still don't get it. Hindi ko pa rin masyado gets tong mic na to kung bakit may hangin lagi. Hindi parang mali ba yung pwesto ko? You know, bakit ganun? Meron ko kaya ako try next time.
Hey, traveler, Paimon.
Oh,
Ini?
Paimon knows that voice.
Over here.
Ayo. Ini. Where's the other two?
To borrow one of the more popular turns of phrase at the moment, this appears to be quite the fated reunion. Running into you two out of the blue like this has really made my day. I certainly wasn't expecting it.
You can say that again. What brings you to Poisson?
Poisson.
Wait, Paimon's got it. You must be here for one of your magic shows, right?
Actually, we've run into a bit of trouble on the home front, so Father arranged for us to stay in Poisson for the time being.
Oh, are Lynette and Fremine here too?
Yep, along with most of the other members of the House of the Hearth. You may have noticed Poisson seems a bit more crowded than usual.
So you're saying nearly the entire organization has moved to Poisson? Sounds like you've run into way more than just a bit of trouble. What's really going on?
Well...
Since the two of you are so
Oh,
curious,
what the heck?
perhaps I can fill in the gaps.
You scared Paimon half to death.
Other?
Father, you're here.
You know, on second thought, maybe we don't need to know. It's all probably
That's the case.
confidential House of the Heart stuff, right? We totally weren't trying to pry or anything.
No need to be nervous. I could sense your genuine concern from your conversation just now. Of course, I can also understand your confusion. Sending so many Fatui here to Poisson, it's only natural that some might suspect an ulterior motive to be involved. I understand. I'm well aware you've had your fair share of
Alam mo, parang hindi ko siya
confrontation with
minsan
Fatui
pansin na
in the
mahaba yung
past,
buhok
and I
ni
can't exactly guarantee
Arlecchino.
that we'll remain on good terms
Pero
in the
kita,
future.
I guess yun pero parang part ng design ng damit niya
As for right now,
naisipan ko lang.
I would say we have little reason to be at odds, wouldn't you agree? The House of the Hearth could stand to be more open with those who have worked so closely with us in the past. As for the issue at hand, well, it hardly relates to any ulterior motive. To be frank, it all stems from a certain rumor circulating around the House of the Hearth. It's an internal matter.
What sort of rumor?
A rumor that a certain phantom child is hiding away
Phantom
in the
child?
House of the Hearth.
A phantom child? Ooh, just hearing the name is giving Paimon the creeps.
A spirit that should have long ceased to exist is lurking in the shadows of the House of the Hearth. So I decided to bring the children to Poisson before continuing to investigate the situation. I expect I should be able to track down the spirit fairly quickly. After that, it's just a matter of resolving the situation, if you will. It shouldn't be much trouble at all. If you're curious, or if you still have some concerns, it might be advisable to stick around for a few days. I'm sure the children would be exceedingly pleased to welcome some visitors. Lenny, I'll leave you to entertain our guests. I have some matters to attend to.
Of course, Father.
Bye. Bigla-bigla ka lang nagpapakita sa likod, pero yes. I but feel intimidated during the conversation with the knave. But she's gone, it feels like I can finally breathe again. Also suggested that we stick around for a few days. But why?
It has long been a dream of mine to invite you to our home and introduce you to my other siblings. You're quite well
I'll
known
pass.
in the organization already. A lot of people have been talking about you, especially after everything with the prophecy. If you're willing, why don't you stay a while and have a little chat with us?
Alright. We don't have anything else to do right now anyway. But let's be clear, we're just gonna be there as guests, okay? Don't get any funny. Oh, wait a second. For your guests, that probably means we'll be treated to lots of yummy food, right?
Of course. During our stay in Poisson, we've been helping out the locals with some fishing. We bring in quite the bounty every day. In fact, today is the perfect chance for me to show you what I can do in the kitchen. Let's go. I'll take you to where we're staying.
Right. Take me away. The heart flame goes out. Wait. May ano yun? Wait. Wait, where's Navia? Yung tanong asan si Navia? Tayo? Oh. Yeah.
We rented this house from one of the locals to use as a temporary base. I'll come back later and tidy up a bit. After that, it should be all ready for you to stay in tonight.
Stay talaga tayo dito.
Awesome, thanks!
Alright.
Where are we off to now?
Well, when I happened to run into you two earlier, I was actually in the middle of distributing some supplies. With this many people staying in Poisson, we have to bring in outside supplies every now and then. I should probably make sure the rest of these provisions get delivered. Otherwise, people might start to get antsy.
Okay, we'll come with. There are all sorts of rumors about your organization floating around out there. Paimon's not sure if she could even take a wild guess as to what's true and what's not. But now that we finally have the chance to see a day in the life of the house, we can take a good look at how you operate.
Well, you're more than welcome to come along. Just follow me.
I wonder where's Permanent, pati si Lynette. Kaya sila? They help Lynette distribute supplies. Nasa taas ba? Wait, nasa taas ba siya? Wait, taas?
Linny, you're finally here. The supplies. I'm assuming you've...
Brought them with me? Yep, here you go. Hello? Something caught your eye?
Hi?
It's the Traveler in
Oh, I
Paimon!
guess famous tayo sa House of the Hearts. Oh my god, oo nga.
Way! Come here, everyone! Hurry! The Traveler and Paimon are here!
Famous tayo sa House of the Hearts. Okay.
One at a time, please. Don't crowd around them all at once. We don't want to scare off our guests now, do we?
Oh, it's alright! Gotta say, Paimon didn't realize we were this famous. Of course! Father and Linny have told us so much about you.
Father told us about how you helped Linny. According to her, you're a trustworthy friend. And as far as she's concerned, that's pretty much the highest compliment we've ever heard her give. As you can imagine, everyone's been very curious about you.
I heard the Traveler is so strong that he can move a mountain with his bare hands.
Speculation, pero...
I heard Paimon eats so much that she can clean out the entire pantry at Hotel de Boer in just 3 days. Wait a second! That's the rumor you heard about Paimon? Oh, not cool at all! Oh, wait. When guests visit, you're supposed to give them gifts and stuff, right? Oh, we don't need something like that. Besides, we don't have anything to give to you. Come on, we insist. I can
New
give
potions.
you some of my new potions. Just pick your poison.
What?
And by that, I mean medicine or actual poison. I've got both. Huh? Or maybe Shaplo can teach you guys about stealth. He's super good at it. He's never been caught.
What? Bata?
Ah,
Bata,
that's
gumagawa
not a
ng mga
bad
poison.
idea. I know you usually prefer to fight head-on, but it never hurts to expand your bag of tricks, right? When it comes to eliminating your enemies, staying quiet can go a long way.
Assassination.
Trust me, I would know. I was poisoned not too long ago, and I'm still dealing with the after effects. So I'm not quite as good as I was before, but I can still give you some pointers.
Wait. When you said gifts, Paimon didn't think you meant poison and stealth tactics. But those are the best things we can give you. You don't like
I guess pwede tayo matuto.
Ooh, how about this? Tell me the name of
Oh my
someone
god.
who really annoys you, and we'll teach him a lesson.
Oh my god, nakikita ko na kung anong ginagawa nila sa House of the Hearts. Okay. Dangerous suggestions keep on coming one after another. You start to get a bit overwhelmed.
Alright, Fold, Selwar. I think that's enough suggestions for now. When it comes to being a good host, it's the thought that counts. You don't need a physical gift to make our guests happy. In fact, pestering them with suggestion after suggestion might make them more annoyed than anything. I would say your enthusiasm has certainly gotten across.
Really?
Absolutely.
Awesome! It's been so long since we have had guests to play with. If there's anything you need, just let us know.
guest to play with. I don't think poison at saka stealth practice ang ano.
Yeah, especially if it's poison or something.
Oh my god.
I've got all sorts of potions for that.
Well, we'll talk to you all later. We've still got some.
Curious na ako kung anong ginagawa nila talaga sa House of the Hearts.
All right, see you later.
Right.
Bye. Lenny, about all that poison and stuff tactics talk just now.
Scared you, did it? That kind of talk comes with being part of the House of the Hearth. When Foltz was really young, he strangled all of his family pets. Just out of curiosity. He was labeled a dangerous problem child and was abandoned by his family. Elwar has an unnatural obsession with potions. Father has forbidden her from trying all the different concoctions she comes up with, but she still tries to test them in secret. You really have to keep an eye on that one. Chaplot is around my age. While I'm mainly responsible for collecting intelligence, he handles surveillance. He's very passionate about his work and has no reservations about taking on some very difficult missions. I know you two probably aren't used to that kind of talk, but I can promise you they only had the best of intentions. Things like stealth tactics and developing different poisons, they really mean a lot to them. They were just trying to share the best of what they could offer, that's all.
Yes, how to kill a person. Yes. How to kill a person, the best they can offer. Ay, saan na tayo? Ay, doon tayo. Error.
Filial, supplies are here.
Thanks. And who are these two? Outsiders?
Mga outsider ba ako?
Allow me to introduce you. This is the Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, you're the famous duo I've been hearing so much about. It's nice to meet you. I heard you've traveled to all sorts of places. Is that true?
Of course, we're making our way all across to that.
Oh, good for you.
You must be pretty familiar with Fontaine by now then. Have you seen the new opera that started running recently?
4,000 Thieves.
I think it's called... The 4,000 Thieves?
Oh, this is the first we've heard of it.
It seems like it's going to be fantastic. From what I've been able to tell from the posters, anyway. You should definitely check it out if you have the time.
Oh, and there's The Blind Maiden, too. That one is supposed to have audience interaction. Seems pretty interesting.
And sometimes talking about popular culture, the atmosphere becomes
After
more and
this
more
mission is
relaxed.
over, I think I'll go get a manicure.
Alright, gal.
Maybe I should dye my hair.
Actually, parang makapara kayong kulay ah. Or colorblind ako.
Is it just Paimon, or do these two seem much easier to get along with than the others? Looks like the House of the Hearth has some normal members after all.
I heard that.
Oh! Oops.
I'm guessing you're referring to Foltz and the others? Yeah, we're definitely not all like them.
I bet those crazies are practically foaming at the mouth right now. I'm sure they just can't wait to get back to Snezhnaya to carry out the plan.
Kill a person.
That's
Or
enough.
kill you.
Don't talk about family members behind their back, right? Whatever. Let's go.
Guess this is goodbye then.
Yes,
If
kill
you ever
people.
have some time, let's go see the opera together.
No malog.
Well, that's it for the supplies. We should probably head back as well.
Well, they didn't seem too happy with each other. Seems like there could be something more going on here.
Should observe.
You're right. We're only here as guests after all. Oh, Linny's getting super far ahead. Come on, let's catch up.
Stress lagi. Hindi man actually ganun stress lagi pagdating sa mga family members. Still. Pero ako wala na akong problema sa akin eh. Guys, di naman actually sila mga siblings or family. Lahat sila mga adopted lahat eh.
So, what do you think of the members you've met
Ex-
so
except,
far?
I guess, except lang kay Lini, pati kay Lynette, pati kay Freminent. Talaga literal siblings talaga sila.
Well, Father is always encouraging us to be strong-willed and independent. So if there's
Independent?
one thing we've got, it's people who aren't afraid to speak their mind.
Laging. No, I'm not.
Well, I should probably get cooking. Wanna join?
Of course!
Then let's head out and... Huh? Fremine? What are you doing here?
Well,
Hey, nice to see you again!
you too. I heard you're here as guests
Hi,
of the
Freminette.
House of the Hearth. Welcome.
We
It
were
was
just going to
gloomy.
make some food. Why don't you come along? I could use some help in the kitchen, and I seem to remember you mentioning you wanted to make seafood soup for the traveler in Paimon.
Seafood soup? Oh, Paimon's drooling already.
Were you looking for something just now, Fremine? Maybe I can help.
It's nothing. I just wanted to see if there were any extra supplies.
Yeah, we've got some left over. What do you need?
Some food and water,
Wait, what?
and some clean cloth, if possible.
No problem. Give me a second here. Food, water... Wait a minute. What do you need all of those for? You're not on any missions as far as I'm aware, and you were just going to come eat with us. So what's this all about?
I thought I'd grab an extra portion because I get hungry at night.
Suspicious.
Because I'm growing, you know? And
Fremine, you remember what I told you? You're not like me. Your lying skills still need some work. Tell me what's going on. Is it really bad enough that you have to keep it from your own brother?
Maybe it'll be better if we gave them some space.
This is the first time I've seen that kind of look on your face. Whatever happened?
Ano yun?
Does
Ay,
it
wait.
have something to do
Bulaklak
with
pala.
Father?
yes. Just follow me.
Where are we getting into? Actually, ito na si Father. Kasama na yun si Father. Kanina pa niyo kausap po. Yun o. Sa likod. Where's this girl?
You're back! Oh, and you've brought some friends with you this time.
Hello, my name's Linny. I grew up in the House of the Hearth. And you are?
Hi, Linny. I'm also a child of the House of the Hearth.
Oh!
Just like you.
Oh! Wait, yung sa... hindi ko na kung ano ba tamang sabihin, parang yung anime na ginawa nila kay Arlecchino sa past niya. Ito yung babae, oh.
You can call me Clairvy.
Curvy.
Clairvy?
It's nice to meet you. Does that name ring any bells, Linny?
No, not at all. That's not a name we have on our roster, I'm sure of it.
My God,
What
ano
I'm
may...
not sure of, though, is how she managed to sneak
Oh my
in.
God, ano magiging reaction ni Arlecchino dito?
She must be the phantom child Father's been searching for. From the looks of it, I'm guessing you were the one that found her, Fremine. You, haven't told Father, have you?
No, I haven't told anyone. I've just been keeping her hidden.
For how long?
About
Half a month?
half a month now.
So ever since we got to Poisson, then. Do you have any idea what you're doing?
I know what I'm doing.
Really? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you're hiding the very person Father has been trying to find. If Father finds out about this, everyone involved is going to be punished. You know the rules of the house, Fremine. I know you do. Father doesn't tolerate any form of betrayal. So why are you doing this?
I've thought it through. And I just can't hand her over like that. Linny, don't you remember last year? Sheplo nearly died after getting poisoned during that one mission. He wasn't able to get back before the poison started taking effect,
What's she doing?
and not a single person was there to help him. That night, while I was sleeping, I heard a voice telling me to go save him. I opened my eyes, but I couldn't find the source of the voice. I thought maybe I was just hearing things, but I went to look for him anyway. Luckily, I got there with enough time to save his life. That feeling of being haunted,
Wait, ko, parang may kausap siya.
hearing voices. It's happened many times in the House of the Hearth. I'm sure you've noticed.
So what you're saying is, that was her? She was the one who spoke to you that night?
Unless there are other spirits roaming around the House of the Hearth, I don't think there's any other possibility. If Clairvy were our enemy, it wouldn't matter whether she was a spirit or an actual child. I would have acted without a second thought, because that's what Father ordered us to do. But she's been living with us, helping us from the shadows all this time. I think that makes her family.
It is family.
I
Family.
couldn't just hand her over to be dealt with. Not when there's so much we still don't know.
So what's your plan then? You can't keep her here forever. Someone is bound to find out eventually.
I haven't thought that far yet. I don't want to disobey an order from Father, but I also don't want to put Clairvy in danger.
Come with me. There are a couple things I'd like to say to you in private.
Okay, pwede ba natin kausapin si Clairvy? Hello, Clairvy. Do you know Arlecchino? Ano ba yung best friend mo?
Those two sure care a lot about each other. Well, they got a funny way of showing it. From where Paimon was floating, it sure seemed like they were about to bite each other's heads off. No way! They have a really deep bond. I could tell right away, because I also have a friend like that. I just don't know how long that kind of bond can last. The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No one can get out alive.
I'm sorry, Lenny. I really didn't mean to drag anyone else into this.
Oh really? You didn't mean to? 'Cause I for one wish you did.
Huh? What do you mean?
You know, when we were younger, you didn't call me Linny. You called me brother, just like Lynette. We grew up
Wait.
together, the three of us. We were all orphans, all rescued by Father. Of all the siblings in the House of the Hearth, I think our bond was the closest. Later on, when you started calling me Linny, I wasn't actually surprised. After all, Lynette and I are related by blood. We've had to depend on each other to survive long before we joined the house.
Lenny,
Oh, really?
The darkest and most difficult moments of my life happened before you and I had ever met. I'm sure that's true for you as well. Even so, Fremine, we've stood by each other for all these years now, and to me, that means more than blood. You and Lynette are the most important people in my life. No one can replace you. So I won't let you face
I'm here.
anything alone.
Pero, sorry.
Not if I...
Oh, looks like things are getting kind of heated between Linny and Fremine. Maybe we should go check on them.
Right, Clairvy, stay. Hindi pa-
It's raining. I should put my clothes away.
Wait, what? Oh! Oh, okay. Fuck.
Perry? Huh. Looks like she's not here either.
What the heck? Ba't bigla siya namawala?
It's time to eat.
Alright. Sobrang weird na si Arlecchino ang gamit ko dito.
Hey, you two! Hope we aren't interrupting anything. Like a fight, or... Oh, wait a minute, Fremine. You're not crying, are you? Is everything alright?
everything's fine. Thanks for asking.
Well, we're all friends here, right? We've been through so much together, so if there's anything we can do to help, just say the word.
It's just a small family dispute. It's not something our guests should trouble themselves with. In fact, it might be better if your stay ended here.
What are you getting at, Traveler?
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it? I just...
Nope. Nandiyan na tayo. Pumunta na tayo dito, so might as well na
I was
sumama na
really
rin
hoping to
tayo.
keep you out of it. But even if I could think of some other reason to turn you away, I'm not sure I could convince you. I know things could turn dangerous, so I promise you this. From now on, I'll protect you like my life depends on it.
Bakit kaya sa Genshin di masyado bumubuka yung mga bibig nila? Pagka pa nagsasalita.
Me too.
Kasi sa Honkai, ano lang talagang
Back to the matter at hand then.
takto talaga eh.
If we don't plan on handing Clairvy over to Father, then our only other option is to solve the mystery of her identity before Father is able to track her down. That means finding out where she came from and what she's doing here. Then we can send her on her merry way and pretend like none of this ever happened.
I've tried that already.
What?
And?
And nothing. I tried taking her somewhere really far away, but after some time, she just reappeared. She even came with us all the way to Poisson. It seems like wherever the house is, she follows.
I don't know much about spirits. Do you two have any ideas?
Is dead.
Let's see here.
So,
Oh,
pinaplano may binabalak ng hayop nila.
remembers hearing something like, if you fulfill a spirit's last wish before they die, they'll let go of whatever's keeping them here and return to the ley lines. Oh, it's just that Paimon doesn't really remember where she heard that, so it's not guaranteed to work or anything.
Well, sounds like it's worth a shot. Guess that means we should go ask her about her wish. But first, Fremine, I need you to promise me something.
What is it?
I need you to promise me that this will stay between the two of us. We're the masterminds behind this whole thing. No one else gets involved. Can you do that for me?
Of course. I promise.
All right. Then let's seal the promise just like when we were
Hell yeah.
kids.
Fist bump.
Fist bump on 3. Ready?
Fish.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I swear.
Yes. Naging tatlo na yung kamay. Shit. Ay.
Whoa!
Ay, Linet. Kung saan kang sumusulpot.
But what a surprise! What brings you here, dear sister?
Yung mukha niya.
And when exactly did you get here?
Wait, sino yung pinaka oldest sa kanila? Si Lynette ba? Si Lynette ba ang pinaka oldest?
You're an idiot, brother.
Oo.
And you too, Fremine. You 3, Traveler.
What?
And you 4, Paimon.
Ako kasama.
Wait, what did we do?
I've seen Clairvy around the House of the Hearth before. I hadn't seen her in Poisson, so I figured she must not have come with us. But it turns out, you were just hiding her. I heard you talking about your plan. Rather than steering clear of the situation, I'd rather fully join in. If you don't agree, I'll have no choice but to report everything back to Father. Simple as that.
You're not giving us much wiggle room here, Lynette. Well, I guess we're all in this together then. After we talk to Clairvy, we'll figure out our next move. There's no time to lose. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, ito kung... Puto, naging pangatlo yung kamay. Hayop. Kirby, ang ginagawa mo? Binabalak ka, no? Plano mo?
I'm full.
Meron pa, oh.
Thank you for bringing me this food, you guys. She
Eat
said
it.
she's full,
Eat it.
but the food doesn't look like it's even been touched.
She's spirit.
That's right. Based on what I've been able to observe, it doesn't seem like Clairvy can interact with the physical world at all. Still, when she's presented with food, she'll always linger around it.
Kaya pala nawawala pala siya kanina. I
Maybe
forgot.
in her mind,
Spirit lang pala siya.
she really is eating those things.
Does she know that she has already passed away?
I've tried to ask her, but she didn't answer. My guess is that she's just as confused as we are. Or maybe she couldn't understand the question at all.
Clairvy, if you've got some time, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Sure. Oh, another new friend. Hi, I'm Clairvy.
Hello.
Clairvy, how did you join the House of the Hearth?
Huh? Isn't it the same for everybody? The knave brings you here and then you can't leave.
Parang nakalungkot naman na explanation naman nun.
It's just that your name, it's not on the roster. And I've never seen you before.
The roster? Oh, I get it now. I think there might be some things you don't know about this place. The people in charge, they're not as nice as they look. They say they keep a roster, but it's not complete. There are a lot of people who aren't on it, and never will be. In this house, some people are family.
Test subjects.
Other people
Ay, oo nga no,
are
naalala ko.
just test subjects.
Yung last
Those
knave.
kinds of people aren't ever going to get a place on the roster. Unless it's the roster of people who've been executed.
I guess, naalala ko pala na si Arlecchino ang, di siya ang pinakaunang harbinger na the knave. Meron palang bago siya kanya.
Wait, does that mean the knave... She...
Is there anyone that can vouch for you?
Perry. She's
Perry.
my best friend. She's the only one I trust in this place.
Have either of you heard of that name before?
No.
Me neither.
Clairvy, Perry.
I guess kapag nilaro mo tong quest na to at napulad mo na yung ginawa ni Mihoyo sa storya ni Arlecchino, I guess di na actually ganun ka-surprising.
But it seems like she's telling the truth. Either that, or this kid's already got a bag of tricks bigger than mine. Maybe we should try a different approach. Clairvy, do you have a wish?
A wish?
It can be anything you want. Just imagine, it's your birthday, you're blowing out the candles, and your wish is...
Ish?
To go outside, where the sun can find me. That's it? Well, that sounds easy enough. The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No one can get out alive.
What does she mean? This can't be this simple.
Okay, time to divide and conquer. Listen up. I've got a plan. I'll try and find a way to use basic illusory magic to take Clairvy outside and bring her somewhere with sunlight. Lynette, try and find the list of executions that Clairvy was talking about and see if her name is on it. Fremine, you stay in Poisson. We can't be the only ones who've had run-ins with Clairvy. I need you to collect intel on everything she's said and done.
Understood.
I'll try my best.
What about us? What should we do?
I really appreciate your willingness to help, but this is a
Nope.
family matter.
Nope, sama na ako.
I don't want to drag you in too deep. It's too risky. Let me think. Since Father considers you to
okay.
be guests, maybe you could stick by her side for a little while. You don't need to do anything except keep up some nice, casual conversation.
Hindi ba mapapansin niya may problema?
Ah, Paimon gets it. You want us to distract her.
I'll give you a magic bird. If
Ang
Father
cute.
suspects something, all you need to do is release it when she's not looking, and it'll alert me that something's
Ako
wrong.
man, no shot na hindi niya mapapansin yun.
Of course, that's only as a last
Harbinger yun.
resort. If Father doesn't seem to notice us, there's no need to make contact. We'll reconvene here tonight after all's said and done. If the worst case scenario happens and we're discovered, just tell Father everything. We're not going to let our guests get punished for our own actions. That's where we draw the line. You too. Okay, this is where we part. Father should be at the beach nearby.
Right, let's meet with Father. Have a date. Sorry.
I really hope this goes well. No, it has to go well. That's the only way this can get resolved.
Right. You all did.
Clairvy, I'd like to take you somewhere. Is that okay with you?
Sure. Where are we going?
Right. Go to the seaside to look for the knave. I'm here. Oh, nasa labas, literal nasa labas lang talaga siya. Alright. Operation 1, Distraction. Ito na siya. Go down. There she is. I think she's child yun. No, ano.
Time to go.
What is he doing here?
It's the knave and child.
Last time natin nakita si Child, ba't binato siya ni Skirk eh.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in Snezhnaya recuperating? What are you still doing in Fontaine?
Oh, it's you two. I didn't expect to run into you here.
I guess na siya kanya pa rin yung injury last time.
I was unconscious for quite a while after the fight in the Primordial Sea. After I woke up, I realized I was being taken back to Snezhnaya, and well, I couldn't have that now, could I? Not when I've still got unfinished business here in Fontaine. So, I mustered up all my strength and made the journey back on my own.
What sort of unfinished business are we talking here?
It has to do with Skirk, my master. I really wanted to meet up with her, but by the time I got back, she had already left. I still have so many questions for her. Without any other leads, all I could do was ask the knave to help me track her down. She must have left behind some traces from her time in Fontaine.
Are you sure nasa Fontaine siya? Kasi ano eh.
Okay, so have you found any clues?
Unfortunately, no. While the House of the Hearth is adept at collecting all manner of intelligence, certain existences can still manage to escape our purview.
Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet with me, she's not going to be found. But that problem has an easy fix. I just need to become stronger, and then...
Paimon thinks you should focus on getting better first.
The worst of it is over. It's all thanks to that one kid from the House of the Hearth. Elwar, I think her name was.
Elor?
She gave me a bunch of random potions to drink. They didn't go down easy.
Wait, yung gumagawa ng poison?
Chills all over. But they really did help speed up my recovery.
Dali ko makalimot ng pangalan. Yung pinamimigay ng poison.
And that's good, because it looks like I really do have to head back this time. The old man's been putting the pressure on me. He sent someone to tell me I'm needed for some sort of project.
Project Stuja?
Yeah, that's the one. I heard Regrator's involved too. I'm not looking forward to having to listen to all his monologuing, that's for sure. Hey, maybe you could think of a way for me to stay in Fontaine for a little longer. Helping Linny and the others brush up on their fighting skills would be far more interesting. If you and I could spar, that would be even better. I've been waiting for a chance to see you go all out.
And what a sweet little daydream that is.
Ay, fort siya.
But I
Malala
also
yan.
have a role to play in all this. I'll be leaving Fontaine shortly as well. Besides, considering how little they see fit to step outside the homeland, being called on to return to Snezhnaya by such illustrious dignitaries, what a great honor. Wouldn't you agree?
One I could do without, I'd say.
Is it just Paimon? Or does it kind of seem like they're...
Trash talking.
So, dear guests of the House of the Hearth.
Wait, di ko napansin nag-trash talk sila sa mga colleagues na.
well...
I want to learn more about you.
Right! We're
Oh,
so
sobrang
much
suspicious
closer
naman
than
yun.
the others, but we still don't know much about you!
Is that so? Introductions have already been
Yung
made, have they not?
nag-introduction na eh.
Oh, well, you see, there's only so much you can learn about someone from a short introduction.
Oh
At
my
least there
god,
was
sobrang
something
suspicious
a
na
little
ito.
extra, like, why do you call yourself father?
Huh, good question. I'd also like to know.
The fact that you have to ask tells me our intelligence work has been quite successful. Telling you the answer to that question would only serve to undermine that success. And we can't have that, now can we?
Spoken like a true diplomat. That was some expert sidestepping right there.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to resolve at home.
Hindi natin kailangan i-distract siya kung hindi naman niya
Wait, don't go!
malalaman sila Lynette eh. The knave leaves right now. She's sure to run into Lynette and Claire V. Should I release the bird Lynette gave us? No, we should try to get her talking about something else first. What does the organization mean to you?
I'd also like to hear the answer to this.
Salamat, child.
I've met some of the members of your organization, and they all seemed like really good kids. They actually reminded me of Tonya and Tusser, which, by the way, if you ever betray them, I'm just letting you know, I won't let you off easy.
And why would I betray them?
Well, you've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you? At least, that's what I heard.
Oh.
Okay, I admit. That's just what the old man told me. The rooster, I mean.
The rooster? Wait, yung ano? Yung mukhang goblin. The knave did betray the House of the Hearts. Doesn't mean what Claver said was true. Does the knave really treat her children like test subjects? I guess talaga kapag hindi mo pa napapanood yung video na yun, hindi mo pa masyadong mag-guess ng story na to.
Wait, did you really do something bad to those kids?
Never mind what I've done. I'm more curious as to what the mighty rooster had to say. Care to enlighten me?
Ah, well, nothing much. Just some stuff about you taking out many other members of the House of the Hearth, and even going so far to attack your own family.
I see.
Oh, based on your reaction, I'm guessing it's all a bunch of lies.
Hardly. I don't appreciate his particular turns of phrase, but I suppose he didn't say anything untrue. Although, it would be more accurate to say that there is a certain level of prejudice involved, but I don't intend to clear that up just yet. Call yourself a Fontanian, for example, and people will assume all
Wait.
sorts of things, when the real truth is that this is simply the land where I was raised.
Okay, ba't Fontaine yan siya pero...
Huh? You're not actually from Fontaine? But then, why did you try to help out with the prophecy and everything?
I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine.
Oh, okay.
Claiming that I myself was a Fontanian simply made it easier to operate. People would hardly suspect a fellow Fontanian of having any ulterior motives. Who wouldn't want to save their homeland after all? The primordial sea wouldn't have any effect on me, but it would have caused great harm to the House of the Hearth. Well, you wanted extra information, didn't you? There you go. I hope that satisfied your curiosity.
Much for learning anything else about her betrayal. Probably only revealed that other secret in order to exchange the subject. It seems like she's trying to avoid talking about her past.
So, you stayed in Fontaine for the kids. I guess I was wrong to believe you'd betray them. Apologies. Looks like I was holding on to some prejudices myself.
Good. Like I said, I like it when others have misconceptions of me.
Actually, while I was recuperating at the House of the Hearth, there was something else that really caught my attention. I heard that members always resolve disputes and arguments with a friendly spar, and the loser has to back down. Seems pretty cool if you ask me. Would also give them plenty of opportunities to hone their skills.
Well, that's only a recent development. In the past, such spars weren't nearly so... friendly.
Oh.
The losing party would lose everything, including their life.
They were that high stakes? Whew, at least that's not a thing anymore.
Well, the current atmosphere's not half bad. I'm a bit jealous, actually. You've got so many family members around you, and you even get to live with them.
Having a lot of family around means dealing with a considerable amount of bickering and scheming. Once Tonya and Tusser enter their rebellious phase, I'm sure you'll understand. Just imagine. Tusser becomes obsessed with plucking out strands from the rooster's mustache, or Tonya decides to dye her hair 42 different
Trauma yan,
colors.
gagi.
Okay. I get the picture.
Ito matatrauma yan. Because usually you're falling asleep, but you find yourself grateful to the child for buying you more time.
Well, would you look at the time? I should probably get going. Traveler, Paimon, I'm not sure where our paths will cross next. The
Natlan.
next time we run into each other, we should definitely try and find some time to spar.
Again, maybe this is a conversation we can have when you look less like you're gonna keel over.
All right. Well, thanks for everything, Arlecchino.
No thanks necessary. You also played a part in obtaining the Gnosis. I would say we can call ourselves even.
I like the sound of that. Well, I'm off. See you all some other time.
Bye, child. Can't wait na magpakita ulit si
We should probably
Skirt.
get going too. Do you wanna head back with us?
You want me to leave so soon?
Oh, well, you see,
I'm rather enjoying the evening breeze. If you don't mind, I think I'll stick around for a bit. I have some things to think about. Apologies for not attending to you like a proper host. Please forgive this slight. I do hope you'll have a pleasant stay.
Right, we can't distract her anymore. Hindi natin pala siya i-distract.
we managed to keep her distracted until nightfall. Good thing Child was there to keep the conversation going. You don't think she suspected anything, do you?
Ano, di siya tumitingin sa akin eh.
I wonder if Liddy ran into any issues. Let's hurry back and see how everything went.
Oh? You decided to stay a little longer? Let's take in the ocean view together then.
Saving that. Bye-bye, Nave. Saan tayo? Wait. Wait, nagawa kayo nila. So, hindi pala, si Arlecchino, hindi pala Fontaine yan. Okay. Anong Fontaine yan siya? I guess wala lang pala. Hindi pala pagkakatiwalaan yung ano.
Lenny, how did everything go?
Well, long story short, we ran into a small issue. Clairvy can't go into the sunlight. Everything was fine at first. She followed me up to the surface just like I told her. But as I led her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished. I turned around and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching me.
Oh. I guess connected pa rin siya sa ano.
Huh. Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or... No, it wouldn't be her wish if that were the case. Well, we could always
What?
try pushing her into it. Oh, true.
I've pretty much tried it all already. Nothing worked. Eventually, the sun went down, so all I could do was bring her back here. How did it go with you, Lynette?
Good. I've got the list. It's right here.
Really? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's take a look! Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get through it all.
We can each take a section. Here.
La Pouillade.
La Pouillade?
Chambel. Horaire.
Mga fontaine na ano. Courier, Landos, La Poyal, Jambel. Sorry. So, doubt my accent. Lampela, Jambel.
Oh, yikes. That our rare guy has a huge scar on his face. He's kinda giving Paimon the creeps.
Ah, I've met him before. The scar is from an injury he received during a mission. I still remember
Future
him
lover.
joking with me about it. He said any future lover would take one look at him and then lose all interest.
Did he say anything else?
Well, I asked if there was someone he was interested in. He said no, and that's where our conversation ended. It was only later that I learned he really did have someone he liked. He risked everything to escape so he could be with her, but it didn't work.
Oh.
One day, Father asked to see him, and, well, I never saw him again after that.
Wait, so that means the knave,
It may seem cruel, but it's just one of the rules of the house. Betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we please. So, if you do try to leave, you pay with your life.
This may doesn't of the group as you look through the list of names.
Her name's not here, huh? Well, that's not too surprising.
Di kasi,
It doesn't seem like this list is complete. It only contains records dating back around 5 years.
wait, hindi ko actually kung counted ba yung execution eh. Di ganun masyado ako natitrail sa story kasi since actually parang in-explain na lahat dun sa video doon sa Sinanime Hoyo sa YouTube.
Let's shift our attention then. Fremine, were you able to find anything out? Fremine.
Sorry. I was thinking about something. I managed to talk to quite a few people, but I couldn't help but notice that the atmosphere in the house was a little strange.
Strange.
Yeah, I mean, I know there have been arguments in the past, times when people haven't gotten along. Chaplot and Filiol are a good example of that.
Oh, those are two of the people that we met while delivering supplies. Paimon can see how they might not get along. They had very different vibes, and their, interests seem to be pretty different as well.
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all here, shared her knowledge with us, taught us how to fight. That's one thing we all share. But that's also where the similarities end. Not all of us feel the same desire to stay here. As members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui. And to a lot of people, that's an identity they never asked for. Certain members get older and realize they want something else for themselves.
Too bad you can't leave.
Considering the rules of the house, most people would never say that out loud. People like Chaplot and Foltz are loyal to Father and her vision. They're proud to be part of the Fatui. Filiol and Nantoy, on the other hand, well, they aren't quite as enthusiastic.
These kinds of conflicts have always been there. It's not like Father is in the dark about any of this.
Well, that's true. But it just feels like things have gotten worse lately. Filiol and the others, it seemed like they were meeting in secret to talk about something. I can't say for sure, but I think they've met Clairvy.
You think she's been inciting them to act out?
No, not exactly. But I wouldn't be surprised if she said something to them about the darkness in the house and how deep it runs. She's told me about it before. Experiments being run on children.
Yung dating Nave yun eh, ang gumagawa na yun. Di si Arlecchino eh.
And they just believed all that? Without any evidence?
Clairvy's words probably gave them the excuse they were looking for. Whether they actually believe them to be true is secondary.
This is all because of Project Stuja, isn't it?
Whoa. Hold on a second. What's this Project Stuja all about, huh? This is the second time it's come up now.
Sorry, but I'm not sure of the details either. I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Regrator have been working on together.
Si Rooster ay yung mukhang goblin.
Apparently, it has to do
Sino
with
ba rin yung
Vtuber's
Regulator?
strategic plan for the future. Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now have the honor of playing a key role in Project
Wait,
Stuja.
ilan na yung gnosis nila? Kay Venti, kay Nahida, kay A, pati kay Zhongli, pati rin kay Nuver. Actually, lima na pala yung gnosis, no?
Wait, but isn't that a good thing?
Key role is just another way of saying dangerous role. To us, the whole thing is an inconvenience. Father thinks so too, but she's in no position to refuse. Their plan isn't exactly unreasonable, and they've been funneling the house a lot of funding. It's just that we'll lose a lot of members in the process. Participating in the plan, it's an honor in name only. What they're really trying to do is subdue us. The existence of an intelligence organization outside their control makes them feel uneasy.
Looks like the vtuber are plotting something big, but given how little Lynette and the others seem to know about it, I probably won't be able to learn much. I think yung nakakaalam lang ay yung mga Harbingers. So, too bad.
Super complicated top secret phvtuber business aside, what does all of this have to do with the conflicts you were talking about earlier? Paimon doesn't get the connection.
And air.
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. You can't overlook the power of fear either. People are afraid of dying, and that fear is often the impetus for a lot of stupid decisions. I thought resolving the Clairvy situation would make everything go back to normal, but it looks like things are more complicated than I thought. If we leave Filial and the others to their own devices, sooner or later, Father will be forced to take action.
We can only focus on one situation at a time, brother.
You're right. Even if we confront Filial and the others, it won't do any good. It might even make matters worse. We should focus on Clairvy for now. Well, it's getting late. We should head back and get some rest. We'll try again first thing tomorrow. Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremine, keep a close eye on Filial and the others. Make sure they don't do anything they'll regret. Good work today, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Alright, let's continue this tomorrow. Hindi yung stream, pero rest of the temporary accommodation. What do we do? Execution. Child abusement. Ay, saan tayo? Ay, nako. My race is all sorts of thoughts. You try to rest, but ang bilis.
I'm always looking forward to an early night, but she can't sleep at all. Hey, you don't think the knave will be too angry with Linny and everyone if she finds out about all this, do you?
I don't, man.
She's even scary when she smiles. If she were to actually get angry... You have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Traveler?
Come on, Fort Harbinger siya. Anong kaya ko gawin?
Trust is effort, Traveler.
Kirby?
Look over there! Quick, let's catch up with her before anyone sees.
I think may mga... I think walang kahit sino makakita. Ay wait, yung mga House of the Hearts na ano. House. Kirby?
Over there!
Ah shit. Hello Kirby, where?
Oh, where is she going? Oh, if someone sees her, we're toast.
Bigla siya nawawala. Ayan, tumaas siya. Well, I guess hindi sunlight, so I guess pwede siya lumabas. Walang sunlight eh.
Oh, look! She stopped!
Oo nga, walang sunlight ngayon eh, so pwede siya lumabas. Ulan? Namulan ah.
Clairvy! Shh! I opened the window while no one was looking.
Eh?
Look how pretty the outside is.
Window?
If only I could have more than this.
Feeling ko iba yung nakikita niya.
You probably think I'm being silly, huh? All this hopeless resisting. It's better to dream of what I could have than try to make it a reality, right?
Please, help us get on the same page here, Clary. We need you to tell us what you know. Can you do that?
Sure. Although, after you hear all this, I think you might regret that decision.
No.
Everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool.
Well, true.
Something to be used and exploited. We're all expendable, including me. As long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose your value, you're handed over to the doctor, experimented on, and given a fate worse than death. I've seen it happen again and again, and I've had enough.
You're saying the knave did all that? It's just, that doesn't seem like something she would do. She's scary and all, but it seems like even she has lines she wouldn't cross.
I knew you wouldn't believe me.
Ibang nave yung pinag-uusapan niya.
Everyone thinks she's a good person. They all think of her like a real mother.
Mother?
But she doesn't deserve that title. She's disgraced it and tarnished it. And if I had things my way, I'd never see her again. If only Perry were here, she'd understand.
Harry. There's that name again. Also, Paimon's getting a strange feeling. It almost feels like she's not really here with us. Paimon can't tell if she's actually talking to us or if she's mistaken us for someone else.
Baka pinipicture niya tayo na isang House of the Hearts na adopted na bata.
Well, in any case, it seems like she really needs someone to talk to. We should keep her company for a little longer. She looks so young. But it seems like she's been through a lot.
It's getting windy. I should close the window. Ooh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret? I heard that if you look up at the night sky in Snezhnaya, you can see the aurora. It's supposed to be super pretty. Even prettier than the moon tonight. Perry and I promised each other that once we're older, we're gonna go see it together. But I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. She's special. Mother likes her a lot. I should really go talk to Mother, but we just fought. She doesn't want to see me, and I'm too scared to face her. What should I do?
Right? It's to come back to her stairs, she gives a weak smile and leaves on her own.
Paimon really doesn't understand what's going on with her. Well, let's head back. We've got an early morning tomorrow.
Right? The night passes.
Alright, looks like we're all here. Let's go ahead with the plan.
Before we do that,
Oh? What is it?
have the knave and the doctor ever worked together?
What makes you ask that?
Well, we kinda ran into Clairview last night, and that's what she told us. We met the doctor back in Sumeru. He's super dangerous.
Number
And he's
2
done
siya.
all sorts of bad things.
It's possible that Father and the Doctor have had certain dealings, but I don't think Father would
Yep,
work with him.
ibang knave ang pinag-uusapan.
We're not really on the same side, so there's not a lot of trust between them. That doesn't exactly set the stage for a successful partnership. I did hear, though, that when Father first became a Harbinger, the Doctor offered to work with the House of the Hearth. Father rejected most of his proposals, except for one. It had to do with some sort of secret experiment.
Secret experiment? Could that be what Clairview was talking about?
I don't think so.
I don't know any details about the experiment itself, but I do know it's an entirely independent operation. The Doctor only proposed a direction for the research. That was the extent of his involvement. I still don't think that counts as working together. The details of the experiment are confidential, but complete records are kept on all participants. That doesn't seem to be the case with the situation Clairvy referred to. I know you don't agree with some of the Fatui's methods, and I'm not asking you to. But I am asking you to trust us on this.
Right?
The House of the Hearth has its own principles. There are certain lines we're not willing to cross.
Inzo. Sorry.
Alright, that's good to hear at least. Clairvy seems to think the knave and the doctor work together to do something horrible. If that turned out to be true, Paimon doesn't know how he would even face you guys. It's just that it doesn't seem like Clairvy is lying either. The easiest thing to do would be just ask the knave directly, but Paimon doesn't think she'd tell us.
Father didn't come back last night. She's probably still near the shore.
What? Di siya umalis dun?
I'm counting on you to distract her. Lynette, you're with me. Fremine, you know what to do. Be on your guard, everyone. All right, let's get to it.
What? Di siya umalis? Go to the seaside to look for the knave. Di siya umalis? Doon pa rin siya? The heck? Are you still here? Get out.
The wind knows me. One with nature.
The heck? Di ka umalis dito? Still here?
Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look a bit pale. Did you have trouble sleeping last night?
A little.
Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to absolve yourself of such troubles. So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rack your
Before I
brain for a
ask any
topic to
questions.
discuss before I ask any questions? Although I must profess to being curious. Without child here, how do you
Oh.
plan on distracting me?
Us? Distract you? Good
Sabi ko
one.
na isang harbinger siya. No shot na di maging suspicious tayo.
Here for a chat.
Looks like you could have used some extra time to think. No matter. If you don't have any other plans, why don't you accompany me somewhere?
Sabi ko na suspicious na kagad siya.
Don't worry. I'll be sure to steer clear of any scheming children.
The ocean breeze is sure nice today.
Children always think they can hide things from the grown-ups. But nothing gets past me. Least of all a little scheming. I think I'll let them have at it for a little longer. I can be very patient. Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined,
What is
meet me outside
Marmonia?
the Palais Marmonia.
Wait.
Good things come to children who do as they're told. So I do hope you decide to tag along. If only for your friends' sakes.
That's...
What should we do? She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch to say she was threatening us just now.
Imagine pinatay niya no? Kung pagkalipad niya, tiyo, papatay niyan.
Oh, good idea. Hopefully he sees it in time. Well, we should probably head to the Palais Marmonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what happens if we don't show up. Based on what the knave was saying just now, it sure didn't seem like it'd be anything good. Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting. It seems like Linny and the others are on thin ice, so let's do our best to not get them in any more trouble.
Alright, we're going to die. Shit, asan tayo? At dito pa. Oh my god. Namit pa natin si Noverlet.
Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting,
Oh.
we might as well enjoy some pleasant conversation while we wait. I'm glad to see you get along with my children. Being surrounded by good companions is necessary for a child's development.
You're not planning on doing anything to them, are you?
I assume you're referring to Lenny, Lynette, and Fremine, although there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy as well. It appears quite a few people have been acting out lately. No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet the same fate. There are no exceptions.
Does that mean you're going to kill them?
Oh, are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules of the house change for no one. In my organization, everyone is responsible for their own actions.
But don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You must feel something for them.
Any organization.
Ngayon talaga si Trevor walang di nagsasalita.
The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principles are more stringent than most. Perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. As our guests, you two will not be held accountable along with them. I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will be able to keep their lives. As for Filion and
Well, I guess they're dead.
I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no getting out alive.
But that's awful.
Ah, you seem concerned. Out of consideration for my
Little
guests,
longer,
I
so
suppose
technically
I could
papatay mo pa
turn
rin
a
sila.
blind eye for a little longer. If Linny and the others manage to dispose of Clairvy in the
Oh,
meantime,
okay, alam na pala
all
niya.
evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost. In that case, I could hardly punish them for something I couldn't prove. If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable. And the punishment will be severe.
Deal.
Of course. Oh, and here, I believe this belongs to you.
Oh, may
Try
sabi ko na
and
eh.
keep better track of it next time. It takes a considerable amount
Oh
of
my
time to train a bird
God.
like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it permanently.
Wait, where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat. Now, for the matter at hand. I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Palais Mermonia. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent for you to stick by my side for the time being. There will always be time later to run off and tell Linny what you've learned. Well, time to go. Looks like we wrapped things up just in time.
Oh my God. Ako, sabi ko na nakuha niya yung ibon eh. Negotiation. Kaya yung negotiation, can over it? Ito sabi ko. Wow. Nakaiba talagang Harbinger. Pero kung isipin mo, 4th Harbinger siya, so di man actually ganun ka-surprising. No? Ah. Ah. Right, where are we going? Diba ba? Ayun. Ang tao nagalag lang. Nervlet. Reina. I guess na sa ano.
It's been a while, Monsieur Nervalet, I must say. I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so quickly. The Palais Mermonia operates with an efficiency worthy of admiration.
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded the proper level of respect. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to meet again after presenting you with the Gnosis. I see you brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well. If I may inquire as to the purpose of your visit.
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to see resolved before I go. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal. Please review it at your leisure, Monsieur Nervalet.
Hindi. Awkward.
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing.
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Nervalet. So allow me to use water as an analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation. Or perhaps the glass of a certain water-tasting enthusiast.
Did you get any of that, Traveler?
Kind of.
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with tainted water.
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's strained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form.
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal. Perhaps you could expound on that?
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine, and, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to cross my desk?
Tartuffe? Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Hearth might have been involved in his passing. Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I'm sure certain measures could be taken to reduce the frequency of such troubles.
You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case, I am inclined to accept your proposal.
My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Monsieur Neuvillette.
With that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get the chance to hear your impressions. Perhaps at our next meeting, yes?
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
All right, Traveler Paimon.
Alright.
Time to go.
Right, time to go. Neuvillette.
I believe I've told you before that my emotions easily resonate with those of others. Yet in the few meetings I've had with that Harbinger, I haven't been able to sense any aspect of her emotional state. Her mind is like a still body of water. Who knows what darkness lies in its depths, and the lack of ripples on the surface gives nothing away. It's unclear whether this is her natural state of being, or whether it's an incredible strength of will that gives her the ability to master her emotions. Either scenario, however, suggests she is a very dangerous individual. I do not expect an explanation as to why you two are by her side. Whatever your reasoning, I would only advise you to take caution.
No emotions. Kasi mabigyan ng emotion kahit isa si ano. Me out. Get me out.
So, what exactly were you talking about back there? Paimon only heard you mention some rivers, a large body of water,
It's
and then
metaphorical, Ben.
You really want to know? I would imagine there might be more pressing concerns at the moment.
Winnie, Paimon really hopes everything's going okay. Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't you, Traveler?
Renee seems to be relaxed, but she did seem to be joking earlier. When she said those who betray the organization must pay with their lives, I think she's serious about punishing those kids. How should we stop her? No, there's something else we should figure out first. And what is that? While we were talking for the Palace Marmonia, she mentioned Clary's name. Does that mean she knew where Clary was this entire time? Did she even anticipated how Lina and the others were going to act? The hell is this?
Oh, shoot. Are you alright? Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling these papers, I wasn't looking where I was going.
Wait, is this? Wait, paano? Dun sa extermination, ay, execution papers. Dun malaking scar siya.
Well, let me make it up to you at least. Here, take this paper. On the house.
Looks kind of familiar for some reason.
Oh, you don't have to give us anything.
Please, I want to. It's not like I'm short on supplies.
Kung sabihin yung execution ay parang cover up lang.
It's my fault, really. I was just trying to bring home some extra mora for the family, but I bit off more than I can chew. I haven't had many takers today, so I'm still swimming in papers.
What's going on here?
Nothing much. I just ran into your friend here on accident. I should probably get going, actually, so...
Hold on.
Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with mora, it's just... I don't have any on me at the moment.
I'll take 3 papers. Here. Your payment.
Oh! Thank you for your patronage. May the Archons bless you with good fortune. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory though, right? I'm getting married soon, so sometimes it's hard to not get ahead of myself. Anyway, I should head out. Goodbye!
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson. We've even acquired some light reading to enjoy along the way.
Actually, why don't we stick around for a little longer? Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to Poisson on an empty stomach.
So if I was trying to buy us more time, we head back now. I doubt Lina and the others will have made any progress. What should we do?
It appears you two are under the impression that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your favor. I'm sorry to ruin your fantasy, but your efforts are meaningless. That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. I just have one condition. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about Claire V, are you not? And my relationship to her.
Wait, why are you being so generous all of a sudden? You're not gonna ask us to do something bad, are you?
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things.
Then what can you possibly...
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they want. Demands and threats only get you so
Hear
far.
it.
Wonderful. Here it is. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
Okay, sounds normal enough. But what do you mean, when the time comes? When is that supposed to be?
That is for you to decide. Then we have a deal. Follow me.
Right. Where are we going? What? Oh, saan tayo? Here. Heard what I did, but bakit dun? Oh, hi. Pero kung napatay ko na to? The heck? Buhay pa yun. Much to do here, pero... Gusto na akong tignan, ah. Oh my god. Ito yung... Nakita ko na to eh, bago ko to malaro yung quest eh. Ito yung boss fight arena. Okay. Ay, nako. Alright. Ayun yung weekly boss ni Arlecchino dito eh. Ito yung lugar na to. Ay, nako.
What is this place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building.
Alright.
Now it's nothing more than a pile of rubble. No one comes here anymore, nor does anyone care about what once happened here. Although, this place does have something to do with the story I'm about to tell you. It was before I became a harbinger, and before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clairvy and then her mother. And this is where it all happened.
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Why?
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. I'll start from the beginning.
We getting, ayun, cutscene.
Clairvy was 6 years old when she was
Alright.
brought by her
Ayun
mother
siya,
Crucibina
ayun siya.
to live in the House of the Hearth. From the
Yan si
outside,
mother, oh.
it seemed like a fairy tale. A thriving family made up of kind adults and friendly children. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clairvy's mother by blood, but she was also the mother to all the children in the house. Clairvy was happy here for a time, but she
Mukha ni
quickly
Clairvy
realized
parang...
that being part of this family
Naisip niya, ba't tanong dito?
wasn't a fairy tale at all. It was a kind of purgatory.
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Tevat. But as for how to raise them, that depends entirely on the person in charge.
Mother.
Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight, force them to duel each other, and then crown as the king of the house the child who proved themselves most worthy of inheriting her title. It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged with permanent injuries, on the other hand, well, they still served a purpose. They would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions. Nothing more than tools to be used and then discarded.
So those were the experiments Clairvy was talking about. But what actually happened to her?
Kasabi lang eh.
You said that Clairvy was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clairvy tried to convince her to stop what she was doing, Crucibina probably would have listened, right?
Na...
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clairvy to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate her own impartiality as a mother, to prove that she treated all her children equally.
All her children equally, pero hindi yung blood related mo. What the heck?
Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Unfortunately, the other children had already been thoroughly indoctrinated into the illusion of happiness Crucibina had created. Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age who knew the truth about the House of the Hearth. Her name was Peruware.
Harry?
Wait, the friend that Clairvy mentioned?
Friend, huh? I suppose we can call her that for now.
Oh, friend. Sino kayang friend din? Parang siya... Ang hirap ma-determine kung sino ba yung friend din.
Cold-blooded. Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade. Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it. At least at first. While Clairvy longed for freedom, Peruware was convinced that, amid all the fighting and violence, she would make it until the end. Despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clairvy told Peruware that she hoped to create a real family, where no one would be killed or sacrificed. There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clairvy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose the truth. But her efforts only earned her beating after beating. The only thing that kept her going was her strength of will. Even with her body racked with pain, she would still stand on her tiptoes and open the window at night. She and Perouer would look out at the moon together, a fierce longing for freedom shining in her eyes. But one day that light simply vanished.
Oh no. What happened?
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure. She and Perouer weren't children anymore, but finding any chance to escape still seemed as hopeless as ever. It was during this time that Perouer suggested a new plan. If escaping was out of the question, why not take down the very person sitting on top of this throne of lies? Mother herself. Clairvy rejected that proposal. She claimed that, as a famous harbinger, Crucibina possessed an unimaginable amount of power. Trying to kill her would have an incredibly low chance of success. Clairvy never gave another reason, but Perouer could see it written all over her face. Clairvy still thought of Crucibina as her mother. Killing her own flesh and blood was a line she couldn't bring herself to cross. If she couldn't escape and fight back, then only one option remained. Precisely. Death was the only way that she felt she could be free. It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Perouer, the very person that had stood by her side all those years. It was a fierce battle, but ultimately, Clairvy decided to let Perouer end her life. From that moment on, Perouer's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it all away, there she stood, the sole victor in Mother's endless game of slaughter. A trail of corpses strewn across her path to success. It was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She wasn't surprised by the fact that she emerged as Mother's undisputed heir. Rather, her success left her with an inexplicable sense of restlessness. She was unsettled, and there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you two would like to take a guess as to what it was.
Killing the person at the very top.
Crucibina, you mean? But...
Correct. This is the place where Perouer killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and nail to kill the mother they shared. The moment she acted, any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. It's one of the principles of the house. Only those who survive get to write the rules. Perouer won the battle, and became a harbinger herself. After which Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, bestowed upon her a new name. Arlecchino.
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you all along. You're Perouer. Arlecchino is just a name you got later.
I left that name behind long ago. I must say, hearing it now does bring back memories. After I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself, and even chose to give up my own name. I rebuilt the House of the Hearth under a new identity. Not only as Arlecchino, but as father. And that is where the story ends. Any more questions?
Yeah. Based on what you just told us, Clairvy wasn't a little kid when she was killed. So the Clairvy we met... Was she really a spirit at all?
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes to a fire. Something left over in the wake of blaze and ruin. You see, A certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind shadows of anything they consume. Of course, the chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly slim. Clairvy is a very special case. Clairvy died when she was 16 years old, but what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance wasn't the only thing affected. Most of her memories were lost to the blaze as well. Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self. Lose 10 years' worth, however, and it would be like living in the past. Like returning to a version of yourself that never grew up.
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were talking to her.
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone trapped in time. It may seem like she exists with us in the present, but she truly lives in the confines of her own past.
So if all of that is true, then you must have known about Clairvy for a long time.
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and
Volatile.
unstable entity. Sometimes she would look after the children. She's even saved some of their lives. But other times, she would hide from me and become obsessed with revealing the truth about the house to anyone who will listen. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time. Your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight. They failed, yes. The reason is actually quite simple. In Clairvy's mind, the house is impossible to escape, and it is this very perception that traps her there. But no matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck of ash will be left behind this time.
Wait.
Wait! Paimon can understand why you might want her gone, but isn't there another way? So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to her first!
It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for Filial and Nantoy as well. She's had quite the effect on them. I hope you understand. The difference between Crucibina and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for enforcing them. Upholding the rules without question is a trait we both share, because that is how a household should be run.
Is this really what you want to do?
Oh, nagsalita na rin. Nagsalita ka na rin.
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs: anger and sorrow. Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver. Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we arrived, I told some of my well-behaved children to bring our troublemakers here by nightfall. I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I gave your friends quite a bit more time.
Oh shit, eto na.
As for what happens now, we'll just have to wait and see.
Ah shit, siya na. Ito na. Oof. Hello, father.
Here they are, Father.
Ayun si Clairvy.
Oh, you gonna execute him? Seeing something like that would actually be a first for me. Lenny!
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more time, but I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish.
Huh? Are you... Perry?
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Perry!
Shh. Stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first I believe certain scores need settling.
Shit.
Father, let me explain.
Out of my way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house, and for that, you must be punished. Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more pressing concerns are the traitors among us.
By traitors? Do you mean us?
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to.
Fultz, why don't you share what you heard?
Yes, Father. Secret midnight meeting number 3. Participants: Filial, Nantoy, Sato, Toddy. Nantoy clearly said, "If only Father wasn't the one who took us in." Sato added, "I'm sick of this life. I just want to live as a normal person." Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things about Father.
I did not! You're lying! Fultz is trying to frame us.
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking about Clairvy. You were using all those things Clairvy brought up as an excuse to question Father. We're birds locked in a cage.
Pumunta ng
The
bata na
only
to.
way out is to destroy it. That's what you said, wasn't it?
You little. You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo, have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and changed your dressings? Come on, let's hear it then. What's your reason for all this?
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die. You're our family.
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case. So why? Why have you backed us into a corner?
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of work we do, Filial. A single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That kind of thing is hard to forget. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings. A lot of the things you talked about really crossed the line.
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it, the move to Poisson was just a way to make it easier to spy on us, wasn't it? Because we were all in one place. You've had this planned all along.
Filial, Nantoy, I'm sorry. I owe you both my life. I owe Clairvy too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, I wouldn't be standing here today. If this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness, even if it cost me my life. But rules are rules. I'm sorry. My hands are tied.
Why? Why?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake, and we should own up to it. We broke the rules, plain and simple. And now we have to face the consequences. I'm sorry, Chapleau. Fultz. I'm sorry, Father. We accept our punishment.
Chapleau, according to the rules of the House of the Hearth, how should these traitors be punished?
All those who betray the house pay with their lives.
And so it shall be.
Too bad. Sorry.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say, Linny?
Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and the others did, does it really count as betrayal? We all come from broken families. From the very first day we joined the House of the Hearth, we wanted nothing more than to make it a real home. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look like. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. Killing Filial and the others may uphold the rules, but doing so will only bring us further away from being a real family than we've ever been. So please, Father, please, reconsider.
Ano men, parang nagbigay na ng hint dun kanina sa newspaper boy na di actually execution ang parusa eh.
I agree with Linny.
Father, please.
Mother, imagine minention yun, no?
I also agree with Linny.
An order once given cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your determination, I suppose we shall have to go about this a different way. Draw your weapons and face me.
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules of the house will not be altered. Traitors must be punished. However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
Wait. Beat Father in a duel?
Alam.
Impossible. Father is way too strong, even for Lenny.
Oh shit, yun na.
Did you hear that, Traveler?
Nope.
Lenny and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? Can they really win something like that? If they lose, those people from the house are really gonna be executed. Hey, are you listening?
Executing them, really? What she wants? Yung nga eh.
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver.
Then she never actually answered my question. That makes the answer pretty obvious, doesn't it?
Oh. Looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this. Guess that means there's no chance she's throwing the duel on purpose, huh?
No way the knave will lose on purpose. Although...
Guests are around. Families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
What's wrong, Traveler?
I guess sasama ako.
Where are you going?
I guess sama ako sa laban. Let's go! I to see for myself what the Fort of the Potaway Harbinger can do.
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
That's okay.
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal after
Ah, shit.
all I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on
Shit.
your weapon, and give it your all. Any less, and you may just lose your life.
Eh. Sige, may Arlecchino rin ako. Oh, shits. Kaya ba ng Arlecchino ko nito? Piling ko di pa ganun ka-built yung ano ko eh. Ah. Oh shit, gagi. Sige, ano? Sige. Sige, ano? Ano mo?
Is it my turn now? With these rising flames.
Ano yan? Ano yan?
I'm going in.
Sige, ano? Ano? Wata. Uy, naku.
Wind strike.
Ah, shit,
To act closer now.
Ah! Bakit? Ang sakit, gagi.
With these rising flames.
Ah!
Are you alright?
How amusing.
Puta na ito, Arlecchino to. Ano, saan ka puta?
No, my sword.
Try to pace yourself.
Hindi,
Spare your time to go. Running is a blitz. Let me lead you.
eh, asan siya?
Adventure time. Everybody stand back.
Have a taste of
Yeah, taking a investigation on this current blah. Ow.
commendable.
Now's our chance.
Ow. Ah. Ah. Okay, ayaw mag-heal. Wait. Wait. Ayaw mag-heal. Tandaan na. What? For some reason, hindi ko pwede i-heal si ano.
bunch of helpless animals.
Father's even stronger than I expected.
Okay, diba you started to interrupt.
The countdown has begun. Like a fly tangled in a web. Rain cutter.
Ito si Kafka to eh.
With these rising flames, off we go. Look out!
Ow. Ay shit, gagi ka. Oh no. I need Jean. Kailangan ko si Jean dito. Oh my god. Mamatay ako gagi. Oh, tang ina, bubuta. Ow. Help me.
With these rising flames. How amusing.
Puta, nagkaroon pa ng ano.
No, my sword. Over here.
Ang hirap gagi.
Witness the power of Gua.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Wind strike.
Look at you. Trapped like a
Oh my
bunch
god,
of
mamatay sila.
helpless animals.
Oh my god, ito ka na kumulit.
Try to pace yourself.
Ow, 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 ow.
Adventure time.
Puta, may kamay pa siya.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
Spare yung air, puta, patay na yung pinaka-damage dealer ko.
And voila! Like a fly tangled in a web.
Ah!
Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
Andaya, wala yung main damage dealer ko. Ayun.
Rising flames.
Oh shit. Oh. Right. I need...
Let's light it up. Have a taste of over here.
Uy, kagi. Uy, nako. Okay.
Wind strike.
Ay, nako. Pumatay yung main damage dealer ko. Oh shit. Maling Sephiroth. Okay, ito yung second phase niya. Oh my god. Mahirap kasi kay Arlecchino, hindi ko siya pwede i-heal. Hindi ko siya pwede i-heal si Arlecchino pag nag-ano na siya. My god. Fuck. Ay, nako.
Kindness has been seared away. Everybody stand back. My blade is all that remains.
Heal. 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 Heal.
Laid bare.
Oh my god, ayaw mag-heal niya, no? Ito, nag-laser yung hayop nila. Hindi, C6 yung dini ko. Ay, buti C6 yung singsho ko.
Now's our chance.
Over here. Your punishment. Made
Okay, tumutulong pala sila dini. Shit. Uy, 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 uy,
we go. Let's light it up.
Kung gana ba yung pyro siya kanya?
Rain cutter.
Watch out
Yan.
for father's movements on the moon.
Aw, aw. Aw, aw. Uy, shit. Yan. Uy.
You struggle in vain.
As one with wind and cloud.
Teamwork is dreamwork. No, my sword. Rain outlines your fate. Witness my rise.
Now's our chance.
Over here.
Ah, shit. Wag mamatay, wag mamatay. Huwag kang mamatay. Ah!
Watch out for father's movements.
Yeah.
Your punishment made manifest.
Ay, shit. Ay, nako. Ay. Ah!
Adventure time. Witness the power of Gua.
That's... Okay, ang hirap na wala akong damage dealer. Nako. Ngayon ko lang napapansin kay Traveler, ayaw niya gumamit ng elemental skill. Hindi siya gumagamit ng elemental skill. Puro ano lang.
You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Oh shit. Oh no. Ah.
Oh, I know.
No! I'm sorry, Father!
Come on, Fort Harbinger yan eh. Anong kaya niyong gawin?
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack.
My god, ang ganda ng second form niya.
Father, no!
Of course, tayo lang makakasira nun.
Made it out, did you?
My god.
You're stronger than I expected.
Oh my god. Sino si ano? Acheron.
I can't move.
Oh my god. I'm dead.
Still, not strong enough to beat me.
Yung nga eh. Grabe, ang hina pa naman. Ang hina pa ni Traveler, bakit? Well, I guess nung kinakalaban si naipaglaban si Traveler sa mga Archon, may katulong ako. Ngayon wala na eh. Sila Lini lang eh. Alright. Nakipaglaban ako kay Arlecchino na walang main na damage dealer. Nawala yung Arlecchino ko, hindi ko siya pwede i-heal. Wala siyang burst. Ang daya naman nun ah. Okay, may pagkapangat konti si Arlecchino. Kailangan ko ng shielder.
I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all. We wouldn't want things to get too out of hand.
Brother, are you alright?
Linny,
Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, the punishment stands.
No!
I never thought things would end like this.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, I'm prepared to change the method of execution.
Ba't ang hilig din na mag-dialogue pero wala naman tao sa picture?
Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still have them?
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept them super safe. I didn't lose a single one.
Wonderful. Then, in just a moment, I'll have you administer them.
Bottled flames?
Indeed. They're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved. Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically, but your memories will be burned. If you can withstand the pain. When you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth.
So yung newspaper, so yung nagbebenta kanina ng newspaper, siya ngayon nasa execution paper. So tinanggal na yung memory nila. Okay. I guess makaiba nga talaga siya kay sa dating Harbinger.
In other words, Administering this concoction will kill the version of you that grew up in the house and give you a new identity.
That means the young man that I looked familiar, the one selling newspaper outside the Palace Mamornia, he must have been the same horror we saw on the list of execution. He wasn't killed at all.
Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self.
Okay. No, if my understanding of the knave is right, she really thinks of that as killing him. The horror that lived in the House of the Heart is dead. The one that remains is simply a normal person living out his life with his beloved. So it's much better than actually ending their lives.
So, you're just letting us go, Father?
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die.
Metaphorical lang.
Secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend to just let you go, because the person who survives will be nothing but a stranger.
Even so, I won't have to live in fear anymore. I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry, Filial. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver. Don't let yourself be controlled by your emotions.
Of course. I'll remember.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life you really want.
Yes, Father.
Wow.
Chaplot, Fultz, Elwar. Take them back to Poisson. And bring
Bait
Lenny
pala
and the
niya.
others as well. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, the choice is yours. Goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father. Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you.
So, bait na talaga siya.
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Lenny. I'll help you walk back.
Thank you.
Clairvy.
Wow, ang bait pala ni Arlecchino. But I think mabait naman talaga si Arlecchino, pero ano lang, ayaw niya talaga sundin yung dating rules.
Talk now? I've been waiting for a super long time. You really are Perry, aren't you? I haven't seen you in so long. How come you're all grown up? Wait, did I somehow travel to the future on accident? Or am I dreaming? What a long dream.
Neither. You died, Clairvy.
Wow, straight
That's what happened.
to the point.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little. Look, she's done speechless.
Oh. Okay then.
Huh? That's it? You accepted it just like that?
Yep. If that's what Perry says happened, then I believe her. Perry wouldn't lie to me. Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. If you're a harbinger now, Perry, that means Mother is gone, isn't she? Can you tell me about it? I want to know what happened to her. And to me.
You died, yun na.
You never stopped trying to defy fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky. You wanted to see the aurora, so one night we promised each other we would go to Snezhnaya to see it together. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, she decided to make an example of you by slowly torturing you over time. That way, the other children would know what happens to traitors. Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to crown an ultimate victor among the children she raised. But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. Your efforts may have only delayed the inevitable, but still. You gave them hope. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure.
The heck, may chest pa dun, no?
Still, you never turned your sword on Crucibina, and you never turned it on me. On that gloomy day, you told me, for the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now, I realize that the only freedom I truly possess is the freedom to choose to die.
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down, but somehow, I still think I understand. According to Mother's plan, only one of us was going to make it until the end. And I always hoped that person would be you. If I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice. Even when I first met you, I knew you'd be able to do what I couldn't.
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of freedom you were trying to pursue. But as the head of the House of the Hearth and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms. The freedom to choose their own fate. It's something I discussed with the Eudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, they will be allowed to live a normal life in Fontaine without being prosecuted for their past. Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves worthy of it. Only freedom that is earned has true value.
That's more than enough. That's exactly the kind of life I was fighting for. You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing king, and a really great father, too. I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places. Perhaps they would be willing to tell you what the outside world is like.
Really?
Of course, of course.
Of course! We've traveled all over the place. We've got so many stories, we could probably talk your ears off for 3 days straight.
Pakabadalan ba? Nemo, Geo, Electro, tsaka Dendro. Alright.
You know, I used to dream of being a bard, playing the lute while singing into the winds of freedom. Even if there was no one there to listen, I would have continued to sing no matter what.
Right?
Ah, that's where Mora comes from. I never knew that before. If I had some Mora, I would buy 3 new dresses. One for me, one for Perry, and one for Mother. It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses.
I don't know, baka magbago siya ng isip.
She probably wouldn't accept something like that either. I guess I'd just have to keep them all for me then. I could wear a different one every day.
Electro, Dendro, at Hydro.
Those yokai you mentioned, what do they look like?
Fox ears, may Oni.
I once saw a drawing of this one guy with horns on his head and a super scary face.
An Oni.
Are there any yokai like that?
Oh, sounds like you're talking about an Oni. Yep, we've met one, and let Paimon tell you, they're not nearly as scary as they look.
I was always too afraid to skip Mother's fighting lesson, but at the academia, I bet you could do all sorts of secret things in class. Things that have nothing to do with studying. I'm just kidding. Being able to study whatever you want without having to fear for your life
That's sad.
actually sounds pretty great.
Tell Clairview all about the Verse Nation you visited. Eventually the conversation returns to Fontaine, the nation she once called
The
home.
situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of committing a crime, and they were going to have to stand trial at the Opera Epicles.
Oh no! That must have been hard for all of you. What happened next?
Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around
What the
super
heck?
quickly. All thanks to Detective Paimon, of course.
How'd you do
Ang
that?
galing si...
Come on, tell me.
Ang galing si Arlecchino, dito lang nakikinig lang, no?
Okay,
Kala ko alis
so
siya
it
eh.
was like this. After the failed magic show, we rushed to the scene and...
Kirby is listening really intensity to Paimon's story about our time in the Fontaine. She seems really happy, like all her troubles have been forgotten. This is the first time she's ever been to truly relax. I'm not sure how long this moment can last.
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter
Okay, pag nawala na si Kirby,
is
parang
quickly
nawala lang
forgotten
din to, no?
over time.
Time passes, she probably forget everything we told her. Go back to being the scared little girl who could only hide in the shadows. So busy thinking I almost didn't notice. The sun has rising. Right, let's tell her. Show her.
Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no
You
longer
are free.
tied to this place, nor
Ay,
are you
nako.
bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Parallel. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
Ay. Sobrang hina ko talaga pagdating sa mga ganito.
She left so
Ay,
soon.
nako.
Paimon didn't even get to finish her story.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures. But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye. Whatever regrets may linger, let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Father?
It's Linny! Hey, Linny! What is he doing back here? Let's go check it out.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered. Filio and the others have left the house.
And you? What have you decided?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But we never wanted to leave the house. It's the only home we've ever known. Lynette and Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the Hotel Bouffe d'été. But I decided to come back and tell you where we stood.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house. Yet you seem to have different ideas, I must admit. I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a quiet life. Leading this organization is a heavy responsibility, one not so easily carried by someone forced onto the throne.
I just never understood what you saw in me. What made you believe I was deserving of that throne?
You're brave, talented, and, most importantly, you cherish your family. You would do anything to protect them, even if it costs you your life.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all thanks to you that we were able to convince Father to back down.
You're a hero, Linny.
Hero. Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way
Wait, gone all out.
to wait for life.
Hindi pa nag-all out si Arlecchino dun.
Must have had it all
The heck?
planned from
Wala
the
tayong magawa.
From the very moment she suggested a duel. I'm not deserving of that title. I'm not strong enough or smart enough.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction and the necessary strength to act on it. We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. For someone of your talent, though, that's something that will come with time. Even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you. That capacity to honor your convictions is what I truly see in you.
Father.
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. Being at the head of this organization requires the strength of will to face whatever comes. Caution will only hold you back. If reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, I would never have succeeded in killing my predecessor. Back then, there was still a considerable gap between our abilities. Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will never be worthy of the throne.
I understand, Father. Thank you.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then can a family continue to flourish. The road ahead is not an easy one, so I'll ask you one last time. Are you certain you want to stay?
You've done so much for me, Father, and that kindness must be repaid. Plus, with Project Stuja at hand, there are many dangers ahead, and I, for one, don't intend to back down. Protecting my family at all costs. That's my conviction.
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly businessmen and heartless dignitaries try to take us down, I'm prepared to teach them a lesson. Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. We need only wait for our prey to come to us. At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice shall be in vain. As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, I'll remember the camaraderie we shared in this moment, no matter how arduous the journey ahead. I hope we both reach our desired destination.
8 until 2 days later, right? Oh my god. Ayun, pwede ko na kumain. Oh my god. No. Heck. Tama lang ako is kahit isang damage dealer dun. Let's go time. 2 days. Heck, wala man ako kahit isang damage dealer dun kanina dun kay Arlecchino. Nag-burst ako pero ang late na yung binigay. Kasalukuyan naka-ban of life eh. So kasalukuyan ako nawawala ng health eh. Oh my god. Dito ako mahina talaga ako sa mga ganong moments sa storya. Mahina talaga ako. Heck.
Didn't Linny say that Lynette and Fremine were...
Ayan. Galing. Antok na ako. Listen natin.
Fremine? How are you feeling?
Much better.
Whew, what a relief.
What about you? Are you feeling alright?
Don't worry.
You'd come out unscathed. Us, on the other hand, well, we've been bedridden for 2 days. I couldn't even turn over. Oh, and I wanted to ask, is
Yep.
Clairvy gone? Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to him, there haven't been any more sightings of a spirit roaming the house.
I see.
I'm glad. Father came to check up on us 2 days ago and told us about what happened with Crusabina and Clairvy. Actually, I've met Crusabina before.
Wait, what? You've met the former knave?
Crusabina died a year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths that I joined the House of the Hearth. Crusabina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing things. While she was alive, the atmosphere in the house was suffocating. When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end, and all the people involved, dead and injured alike, were gone. Crusabina never talked about the past with us newcomers. A couple of months after I joined, Father killed Crusabina and burned all her files. With that, the names of all the people subjected to her experiments, Clairvy included, were lost to the flames, along with the painful memories they represented.
Father took in Lenny and me a couple months after that, but she never mentioned anything about Crusabina or Clairvy.
It really seems like something she was planning to keep to herself. The last time you talked to her, did she mention why she kept it a secret for so long?
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness of the past. She was worried we'd develop a false sense of gratitude towards her if we knew about it. The foundation of a family should be free of any corrupting influence. Whatever happened in the past, it has nothing to do with who we are now. And that's what Father told us in the end.
But I still thanked her for everything. It was only after hearing about what Crusabina did that I finally realized how insignificant our lives could have been. The members of the house meant nothing to her. To say that she valued them in any way, even just as a tool, would probably be giving her too much credit. If Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth, I probably would have already...
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't believe that being indebted to her should be what ties us together. But even if we didn't owe her anything, we would still choose to stay. Because this is our home. We may have arguments or times when we feel wronged. Some people may even choose to leave. But as long as Father is here, we will always have a home.
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight or shrouded in shadow, we'll follow Father wherever she chooses to go. So I wanted to say thank you for helping us
Of
make it
course.
through this crisis. Without your help, we could have lost a lot more along the way.
I guess nahirapan ako dito sa boss. Nawalan ako ng ano.
Do anything, really.
Of course. You're welcome anytime.
Are Filio and Nantoy okay?
I actually saw them at a cafe this morning. They didn't recognize me. From what I could tell, they were drinking coffee and talking about one of the operas that started running recently. They seemed happy. If I had to take a guess, I would say they finally found the kind of life they always wished for.
And that's Act 1 complete. Nice. Okay, maganda yung storya. Yung naging actually parang sabi natin yung hindi actually problema. Pero I guess nung kapag pinanood mo yung video na pinost ni Hoyo sa YouTube tungkol sa past ni Arlecchino pati ni Clairvy, yung quest na to ay parang hindi ganun ka thrill. Walang masyadong thrill. Well, I guess maganda pa rin. Emotion pa rin. Right, okay, doon na ako stop. Okay na yun. Ay, nako. Wait, ibig sabihin ba, doon na si Father? Yep, ayun na siya. Ah, shit. Kailangan ko to. Alright, I am out. Ah, no. Oh. Down, down, down. Down, down. Down, 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 down. I'm out. Ah.